It's 2:30 a.m. Oh, that hurts. Yeah. New episode of D&D Does It Here. See, I'm so early I can't even form words. New episode of D&D Does It Here. And today I'm getting up at the crack of dawn, and I don't even know dawn, to fly to Houston to go pick up a 2007 Kia Sportage. Why would anybody drive across town for a 2007 Kia Sportage, much less fly to Houston for one? I don't know, but let's do it. All right, I made it out the door. Now here's the story. I was supposed to deliver this Q-tip. No, I'm not. I just need a Q-tip for tomorrow morning. Otherwise, the water in my ears after I shower drives me crazy. All right, here's the story. A friend of mine has been gifted a vehicle, but my friend cannot go there because my friend's recovering from surgery. Therefore, I am flying to Houston to get this vehicle. It's a 2007 Kia Sportage. Haven't looked at it, don't know anything about it other than what I've researched online. So I'm flying to Houston with a bag full of tools and one change of clothes. And I'm going to go retrieve this car and drive it back to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And it is pitch black out here. It's 2:30 a.m. And yes, I'm going to pack this Q-tip into my luggage. Let's get dandy. So here we are at Nashville International Airport, otherwise known as BNA. It's 4:20 a.m. Got dropped off, checked in okay. Had no idea that you couldn't check a big lithium battery in your bags. So my portable car charger here, I had to retrieve from my bag, and I have to carry it on with me, but that's okay. Anyway, after getting ripped and pulled apart by TSA, here I am, and it reminds me of why I never fly and haven't flown in 12 years and hate flying and don't ever want to fly again, although I'm probably going to have to at some point. Anyway, here I sit, about to board. So here I am in the bowels of the Houston airport known as Hobby, waiting for my baggage, and it was like freaking mile away from my gate.
Actually, for Southwest New Orleans, flight 449 to Bachelor Pearson number 3.
And
New Orleans,
I'm going to exit out those doors behind me, and I'm supposed to meet a guy that looks like Santa Claus in a blue car. I'm real interested to see if they rip my bag apart, because I have all those tools in it and the compressor as well. That's I have to imagine that's got to look pretty interesting under the X-ray machine. Oh, wait, the luggage approaches. Well, the handles of my bag were unlatched, which I expected them to be. No big deal. I haven't gone through it or anything. I'm sure everything's there, but understandable. I would probably look through the bag if I was TSA. Anyway, now I'm out here looking for Santa Claus in a blue car. I think that's my huckleberry right there. So here we are at Pepe's Taqueria. Is that what it's called?
Mexican restaurant.
Restaurant?
Yeah.
Do you want me to get you on camera?
No, not me.
No, okay.
Don't want to break it from.
Pepe's Mexican restaurant here in Houston, and having some nachos here. Oh, I can't get him without getting you. So, so we got some people that don't want to be YouTube stars. But anyway, about to try some a plate of chorizo con huevos, and looking forward to it. And then we'll be getting on the road. Okay, so here's what's going on. This car, I'm in it right now, and I didn't film any of the discovery or anything like that, but it had a dead battery, and it wasn't able to get jumped. It wouldn't hold a charge, but fortunately, we found the place that sold the battery, and it was still under warranty, so we swapped it out for a brand new one. Got it started up. I'm now on the road. Each tire is about 5 pounds under, but I couldn't find a shady spot to top them off, and at some point you just got to get on the road. From all the noise, I bet you can guess the next thing I'm going to tell you. No air conditioning in Houston, Texas in August. Yeah. Well, I bought a can of coolant, and I bought a new tire compressor, a decent one, better than the junky little one I brought with me. And my next stop, here in about 2 hours, I'll find a shady spot, and I'll get on it. Uh-oh, I'm in an exit-only lane. I better get out of this. All right, let me hang up and drive here. I'll show off the car at the next stop. Heidi-ho. I just made my first pit stop. Topped off the gas, and I put the can of refrigerant in. Now the AC is blowing. I wouldn't say it's blowing cold, it's blowing cool, and cool enough to where I can put the windows up, and hopefully it'll slowly catch up. If I get myself around a Walmart, I'll go get another can of refrigerant and dump that in. It got it up a little, not quite there. Anyway, I still haven't given you a tour of the car, and I will do that in my next stop. More fun times. Now I have a check engine light. It's not a red check engine light, so it's probably something very, very minor. Like after I filled up, maybe the gas cap didn't quite seal or something like that. Probably an evap system code. But next, I mean, I'm just going miles and miles and miles, and I'm not finding an auto parts store where I can check it. I did not bring a code reader with me. So here I am, and, you know, if it turns red, of course, I pull over immediately, and I call for a tow, and it's, you know, not going to chance it past that. Let's just hope that doesn't happen. But I've also noticed something else. You know, after I filled up, you just use regular gas at Exxon, and nothing unusual, and this car will take it according to the manual. But I've already burned a quarter tank, and I haven't even been back on the road for an hour yet. Maybe 40 minutes at best. I really haven't been keeping track, but that's very unusual, I would think, to burn a quarter tank in that time. But then I did only go a couple hours before hitting a half a tank, but I wasn't all the way full, so I don't know. Anyway, next time I find an auto parts store, I get to pull over and see what the heck's going on with this check engine light. All right, back at it. Lordy, please don't let me break down here in the middle of freaking nowhere. I think I'm still in Texas. If you think you're still in Texas, you probably are. For a while. It's saying I'm a little over 2 hours from Shreveport, Louisiana, which is where I plan to stop for dinner. So somewhere between here and there, I ought to be able to find an auto parts store. All right, this is Bally's of Shreveport. Welcome to Shreveport, Louisiana. Yay, I made it. I was thinking about getting dinner here, but it's only 5 o'clock, and I may just head into Little Rock, Arkansas. But before I do that, I'm going to get to an auto parts store and see if I can get this check engine light diagnosed. It's pretty dead, but it's a cool little town, though. All right, here we are at AutoZone, and I haven't shown you the car yet. Kia Sportage. Yay, Kia Sportage. And so I did verify the transmission is way overfilled. And check that. We've got they were nice enough to check the codes for me. We've got a fuel code, which is just probably old gas, because it's doing better and getting better mileage the more I drive it and the more fill ups I do. But we've got a transmission control system, torque converter, clutch solenoid circuit performance. Aye. Okay, well, it's got way too much fluid in it, so I'm not really sure what to do there. Hopefully it makes it back to Murfreesboro. Anyway, here's Shreveport. Let's get the heck out of here. One more thing. I corrected my tire pressure with this guy right here that I bought at Walmart. Don't buy this thing. I did a great job, actually. Did a great job, but it heated up like a son of a gun. It just got super hot. The hose that, you know, the air line to the tires, it heated up like crazy. And where you plug it in, heated up like crazy. This thing, I would not recommend. All right, there you go.
Welcome to Arkansas.
All right, night is starting to fall and I am in Arkansas. Update on the transmission issue. We are now leaking transmission fluid because, oh wow, there's a vehicle fire over there. Let's see if I can catch some of that for you. Look at this. Fun times. Okay, my problems aren't as bad as theirs. All right, well, we are now leaking transmission fluid because when you overfill a transmission, it puts too much pressure in the system, and the pressure has to find someplace to go. And it tries to go out through the seals, which is what is happening now. So we're leaky. But thankfully, we've got so much fluid in there that it might actually be making the situation better. I don't know. But I am driving about 10 mile an hour under the speed limit right now. I'm doing about 63 in a 75. And everybody else on the road loves me here in Arkansas. And I got about an hour and a half to go till I get to my hotel room in Little Rock. And I'm looking forward to parking this vehicle, shutting it off, walking into that hotel room. Actually, probably go to a little convenience store, see what's around there. So hopefully there's something I can walk to. Get a couple little provisions, turn on some cable TV, and fall asleep to it. And then tomorrow morning, my plan... By the way, I've got a little bit of air conditioning now. The can that I put in, apparently the system held on to the can that I had. It was just so hot earlier, it just couldn't keep up. So I am actually going to add another can of AC tomorrow morning before I head out. And I'm going to pick up a big bottle of transmission fluid in case I start leaking really bad to where I need to add. And I'd rather have it on hand and be ready to roll than find myself in the middle of nowhere on a Sunday trying to find some with a vehicle that's in limp mode because it has no transmission fluid. That's a situation I do not want to find myself in. Matter of fact, I might get 2 big bottles just to hedge my bets. All right. Back to rocking and rolling here. Dusk is falling. But, you know, hey, we're still rocking and rolling here. All right. Here I am in the armpit of Little Rock, Arkansas. Stayed at, I would like to say it's the worst flea bag Motel 6 I think I've ever stayed at in my life. Actually, it's probably right up there with about the worst over by the airport. But whatever. It's a room. You sleep in it. I didn't even get under the covers. No way. Everything in the room was kind of like damp. Yeah, gross. Anyway, showered up. I'm on the road. There was a spot of transmission under the vehicle this morning. Nothing, not a huge puddle. And I checked the transmission fluid. Yeah, the fluid's still way, way above. So I'm going to get some provisions. I'm going to get another can of AC here because it actually did hold on to the AC I put into it yesterday. So I think one more ought to do it and probably get it up to the pressure it needs to be. So it just couldn't keep up with the heat. So that's okay. So I'm going to also try and get some more transmission fluid for the road, just in case a seal really blows, and then I've just got to try to get to the next exit or something. I want to at least be armed and ready for battle. And a funnel. So here I am at Walmart before I get on the road, and it's about 5.5 hours to Murfreesboro, but I'm going to try and keep it under 3,000 RPMs because of the situation. So I might be looking at 6.5 hours. Anyway, let's go get what we need. Maybe grab a nice big coffee and get at it.
Tennessee in the distance. We're still in Arkansas, however. We have to cross the Mississippi River here. Here in a second, we'll get the Welcome to Tennessee sign. You can see that pyramid. I think that's where the Memphis Grizzlies play. That's the bridge right in front of us. Right there is the mighty Mississippi River. I'll get you a better view of it here. Right down the middle of the river.
Welcome to Tennessee.
Welcome to Tennessee. I cannot tell you how happy I am to see that sign. Unfortunately, it puts us in Memphis. That big pyramid is a Bass Pro Shops? Yeah. Whatever. By the way, Arkansas, you are welcome to annex Memphis. It would improve both states. I am a happy guy. I have made it to Middle Tennessee, and I am on I-840, which is my final stretch headed for home. I'll be home in 1 hour. And it looks like the transmission stopped leaking. I don't know if I said that before, but it might have just been bubbling out of the dipstick tube, or where the dipstick tube meets the top of the transaxle housing. I don't know if it's a true transmission or not. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to actually drive this to my house, and I'm going to drain all that excess fluid out with my siphon and see if I can get it to the proper level before I deliver this vehicle. All right, 1 hour until I pull into my own driveway, and I'm very, very happy about that. And the air conditioner works again. So, and it seems to be working pretty good. It seems to be coming back. I don't know, maybe the pressure in the system was intermittent or something, just because it sat for so long. Things act funny when they sit for too long. So it seems to be working really good now, and let's just pray that continues. Anyway, here we go. Middle Tennessee. You will never see a sight more beautiful than that.
fix it. Pull under here and work on it. Matter of fact, I might just work on it right here. Okay, have a look under here. I saw something leaking. Is it water? Is it tranny fluid? Let's have a look. That's red. That is transmission fluid. But I think I may have found the source though. I think just draining it down to where it's supposed to be would do the trick. See, there's the dipstick for it, and if you see down at the bottom of the dipstick, I don't know if we can focus on that. See how it's all wet down there at the bottom? I believe that's the source of our leak, and I think if we correct the level, it will probably stop leaking. So that's, I'm gonna let this cool down a bit, go in the house, take a little restroom break, and there you go. Oh, and I checked out the fuse box for this car, and I found no relays in it. The fuses are right here. There's a fuse for the AC system, but I didn't see any relays in there. So there may be a relay somewhere in this car. I don't know how hard I want to hunt for that. But my next thing for the AC, I think I would be looking at the voltage regulator. Since it's coming and going and the switches are acting funny, I don't think that's a blower motor. I think that's the voltage regulator. All right, anyway, I'm not going to mess with that though. I'm going to let them do that. I'm going to take a little break, let this sucker cool down, and then I'm going to drain some transmission fluid out. And for this procedure, we're not just going to use any old hose. We are going to use the deluxe siphon hose. First, we will remove the transmission dipstick. One thing I will say nice about it, and look at how much the transmission fluid is coming all the way up to here. You can see where it's even wet near the top. Shouldn't be wet near the top because transmission fluid, the cold mark, let's see here. Cold mark is down here, and the hot mark's like here, and the fluid goes all the way up to here. So yeah, somebody goofed with this. Let's see, which end do I want to do what with what? Do I want to put the long end down here and then siphon out this way? And I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because I've got to get this thing down the tube. The tube is way down there. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get that on camera. Me actually fishing this into the tube. A little hairy. Well, I need both hands to do this, and I just can't get the camera close enough. So I'll fish down the tube. I'll put the tube down the tube, and hopefully it won't melt. All right. And we want to drain it into this pan right here. The idea is that we're going to put my finger over the end here, and I'm going to squeeze this little ball right here. Let's see here. If I get a better shot of this. Squeeze this little ball until... So here's what we've got going on here, and I have made a horrible mess. Ooh, I'm stepping on rocks in my bare feet. All right, clean it up as much as I can as I go. Okay, so we got the tube down there, and I had to drop it down to the ground And I just got rid of the whole siphon thing, and I just sucked it with my mouth. And there it goes. And we're going to let that go for a few minutes, then check it again, and start again. All right, so I've made a horrible mess. I ended up having to fish the tube down under the car to get it to drain properly, because coming up and over, even though, you know, I just didn't have enough on the other end to make that work. So I had to go under the car and into my catch pan. I've done that a couple times, got it kind of close. I'm not going to try to get it perfect because they really need to go get a transmission service done. So we're going to leave it just like it is, but I do want to see how close we got it. Yeah. That's pretty close. I just pulled it, and it's right on the underside of the hot. Well, if you can see that. It's right there on the underside of the hot. And I think that's about right. And the Kia has been delivered to its new owner. They're happy about it. And the great thing is, when I got it over there after draining the excess transmission fluid out, it was no longer leaking at all. So good. It was just from around the dipstick, and I don't think any seals were blown out. But I did tell them they need to take it in for a service sooner rather than later. And I gave them the name of a great shop. Anyway, glad to be out of that vehicle and back in my own. And now I got grocery shopping to do. Go home, put it away, and pass out.